Every day, I share another story from the Golden Age and the moments that shaped an unforgettable era. If you'd like to keep these memories alive with me, hit subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it means a lot. Thank you for being here. Now let's begin. The Audie Murphy mystery finally uncovered, and it's shocking. Audie Murphy, born Audie Leon Murphy on June 20th, 1925 in Kingston, Texas, grew up in a life of grit and struggle. He was the seventh of 12 kids born to Emmett and Josie Bell Murphy, a sharecropping family barely scraping by during the Great Depression. His dad walked out when Audie was just a boy, and his mom passed away when he was only 16. Orphaned and with just a fifth-grade education, Murphy had to drop out and hustle any way he could to support his younger siblings. These early struggles forged his character, building a toughness, perseverance, and sense of responsibility that would shape his entire life. In 1942, Murphy tried joining the Navy and Marines, but got rejected for being too small and underweight. Standing just 5 feet 5 inches and weighing barely 110 pounds, he looked far from a soldier ready for war. Yet his size couldn't hide his incredible courage and leadership. During World War II, Murphy fought across North Africa, Italy, France, and Germany, quickly earning a reputation for bravery and sharp tactics. On January 26, 1945, near Holtzwihr, France, Murphy single-handedly held off an entire German company for over an hour. Wounded and outgunned, he climbed onto a burning tank destroyer, manned its .50 caliber machine gun, and rained bullets while calling in artillery strikes, all at just 19 years old. That insane bravery won him the Medal of Honor, the highest U.S. military award. By the war's end, Murphy had racked up every U.S. combat award for valor, including the Distinguished Service Cross, 2 Silver Stars, the Bronze Star, and 3 Purple Hearts, 33 decorations in total from the U.S. and allied nations. That made him the most decorated American soldier of World War II. Coming home as a national hero, Murphy faced a hidden battle, the scars of war. Suffering from what was then called battle fatigue, now known as PTSD, he fought in silence but still spoke out, raising awareness for veterans' mental health, a rare move for public figures back then. Murphy then made his way to Hollywood, landing over 40 films, most famously To Hell and Back in 1955, a biographical war film based on his own memoir, where he played himself, reliving his wartime heroics on screen. The movie smashed at the box office and solidified him as both a war hero and movie star. Even though he mostly starred in westerns and war dramas, Murphy never thought of himself as a legendary actor. He stayed humble, the same way he lived his whole life. He even tried his hand at songwriting, writing country and western tunes, some recorded by big names like Dean Martin and Charlie Pride. In 1957, rising star Audie Murphy landed a standout role as the Utica Kid in the classic Western Night Passage, sharing the screen with legends James Stewart and Dan Durrier. This film was a huge milestone, proving Murphy could hold his own with Hollywood's biggest names and solidifying his place in the Western genre that had audiences hooked. By 1959, Murphy was unstoppable. He wowed fans in not 1, not 2, but 3 different Westerns, each showing a different side of his acting skills: tough, charming, and surprisingly tender. In one film, he starred opposite the lovely Sandra Dee, and their on-screen chemistry was electric. Murphy wasn't just acting, he was moving behind the scenes too. He worked as an uncredited co-producer on the stark black and white drama Cast Along Shadow, collaborating with the famed Walter Ish. This showed Murphy's growing clout in Hollywood. He wasn't just a face on screen anymore, but it was No Name on the Bullet, a tense and suspenseful thriller that really put critics on notice. Playing a hired killer, Murphy delivered a layered, intense performance that won widespread praise and proved he could be a versatile leading man in any Western. Murphy's charm wasn't limited to theaters. In 1960, he lit up television, starring alongside the legendary Thelma Ritter in Star Time, The Man. His charisma and ease in front of the camera made him a hit on the small screen, reaching a whole new audience. Beyond acting, Murphy showed serious patriotism. In the early 60s, he threw his star power behind the U.S. Army's Big Picture TV series. For 3 episodes, he became the trusted face of the military, helping communicate their message to the public. His work earned him the prestigious Outstanding Civilian Service Medal in 1960. The standout episode, Broken Bridge, had Murphy traveling across military bases in Germany, Italy, Turkey, and even New Mexico, showing cutting-edge tech and weaponry, blending entertainment with real-world impact. This period also saw Murphy's creative partnerships flourish. He teamed up with writer Claire Huffer, who penned the scripts for two of his 1961 films, 7 Ways from Sundown and Posse from Hell. These films cemented Murphy as a Western powerhouse, perfectly matching his rugged but nuanced style with smart storytelling. Another key collaboration was with Willard W. Willingham and his wife Mary, who became close friends early in Murphy's Hollywood career. Together, they launched projects that showcased a powerful creative synergy. Willard produced Murphy's 1961 TV series, Whispering Smith, and co-wrote the screenplay for Battle at Bloody Beach, proving Murphy knew how to pick collaborators who could elevate his work. That same year, Murphy kept blending gritty storytelling with high-stakes action. His collaboration with the Willinghams continued through the mid-1960s with Bullet for a Bad Man, 1964, and Arizona Raiders, 1965, 2 films that further cemented his legendary status in the Western world. The Willinghams also crafted the screenplay for Gunpoint and wrote 40 Guns to Apache Pass in 1967, Murphy's final starring lead in a Western. Murphy didn't stop at American soil, he even went international, filming Trunk to Cairo in Israel in 1966, proving he was ready to tackle bold, diverse roles beyond traditional Westerns. One of the most pivotal partnerships in his career was with director Bud Boucher, and it all started in a surprising place, a boxing gym. Murphy asked to be Boucher's sparring partner at Terry Hunt's athletic club, sparking a creative bond that lasted almost 20 years. This led to Murphy starring in Boucher's first Western, The Smarrin' Kid, in 1951, a film that laid the foundation for their long collaboration. Their partnership endured, culminating in 1969 with Time for Dying, Murphy's final film and a powerful capstone to their professional relationship. Sadly, 2 planned projects, Arise for Mr. Barnum and When There's Something to Do, never came to life, leaving fans to wonder what might have been. Murphy's personal life was just as intense as his career. In 1949, he married actress Wanda Hendricks, a Hollywood figure in her own right who appeared in several films in the 1940s and early 50s. Their union drew massive media attention. Murphy was already a decorated war hero, and Wanda's Hollywood career was climbing fast. Despite the spotlight, their marriage faced real challenges. Hollywood pressures, Murphy's lingering PTSD from the war, and the difficulty of managing a public relationship strained their bond. After 2 years of trying to make it work, they divorced in 1951, closing a chapter that had been both romantic and very public. Remarkably, just 4 days after the divorce, Murphy remarried. His second wife, Pamela Opal Lee Archer, a former airline stewardess, brought calm and grounded energy to his chaotic life, a sharp contrast to the turbulence of his first marriage. Their connection moved fast, reflecting Murphy's urgent desire for stability and family life. Amid the chaos of fame and personal struggle, Pamela offered the support and normalcy that Murphy desperately needed. Together, Audie Murphy and Pamela Opal Lee Archer built a family that became the rock of Murphy's later years. They had 2 sons, Terry Michael and James Shannon. Terry Michael Murphy, born in 1952, later carved out his own path in entertainment, carrying the family's Hollywood legacy forward. Their younger son, James Shannon, came a few years later, growing up in the shadow of a father whose life was nothing short of legendary. Both boys were raised with an understanding of Murphy's incredible achievements and the weight that came with them. Murphy's marriage to Pamela lasted far longer than his first, giving him much-needed stability, happiness, and family support. Pamela was more than just a wife, she was a confidant who helped him navigate fame, trauma, and public pressure. Despite chronic pain and emotional scars from the war, his family offered a grounding force that brought him peace. The presence of his sons and the stability of his marriage created a stark contrast to his earlier turbulent years, giving Murphy a rare sense of normalcy. But even decades later, the circumstances surrounding Audie Murphy's death remained shrouded in intrigue and mystery. The story of his rise, from a poor Texas farm boy to America's most decorated World War II hero and a celebrated Hollywood star, is well known. Yet what really happened on the day he died has baffled fans, historians, and his own family for years. Recently, new investigations have surfaced, offering answers, but the truth is darker and more troubling than anyone imagined. For years, the official story was simple. On May 28, 1971, Murphy died in a tragic plane crash near Brush Mountain in Catawba, Virginia. He was flying in a small twin-engine Aero Commander when bad weather forced him low over the mountainous terrain. Official reports blamed pilot error and poor visibility, an unlucky accident that ended the life of a national hero at just 45. But rumors and suspicions spread fast. Murphy's complicated personal life, lingering PTSD from the war, and whispers of shadowy figures fueled wild speculation. Conspiracy theories exploded. Some said intelligence agencies orchestrated the crash because Murphy allegedly knew sensitive information during his Hollywood years. Others claimed revenge from business enemies, or even targeting by organized crime. The theories gained traction because key details about the crash were never fully explained. Why was the plane flying so low? Why did pilot accounts conflict? Why were crucial wreckage pieces mysteriously missing? For decades, these questions festered, leaving fans and investigators desperate for answers. Family members fiercely rejected any suggestion of foul play, holding tight to the idea of a tragic accident, but the truth remained just out of reach. The mystery cast a long shadow over Murphy's legacy, leaving fans to wonder if the war hero's life ended not just in tragedy, but in something far darker. Recently, a team of independent investigators, armed with modern forensic technology and access to declassified government documents, dove deep into the crash. By analyzing wreckage fragments, flight data, and weather reports with tools that didn't exist back then, they uncovered shocking evidence pointing to deliberate sabotage rather than an accident. Investigators found signs of tampering with the plane's control systems, wires cut or rerouted in a way consistent with sabotage. New interviews with previously silent witnesses and retired officials also emerged, suggesting Murphy had been under surveillance in the months leading up to the crash. One whistleblower, breaking decades of silence, revealed that Murphy had stumbled onto sensitive information about covert government operations, making him a liability to powerful groups. Their testimony painted a chilling picture, his death staged as a tragic accident while silencing him for good. The implications are terrifying. Audie Murphy, celebrated for heroism on the battlefield, may have been betrayed in peacetime by forces intent on erasing him. What was once seen as a tragic accident now takes on a grim reality of conspiracy, betrayal, and calculated violence. This dark truth shifts how we see Murphy's final moments, from a hero lost to fate to a man trapped in a web of political intrigue and danger. The impact on his family has been profound. For decades, they wrestled with grief and unanswered questions, now confronted with the horrifying reality of foul play. They are demanding a full public inquiry and justice for a man who risked everything for his country, only to be betrayed in return. Historians and military experts are revisiting Murphy's legacy, examining how this new understanding fits into Cold War America, Hollywood's hidden ties to government agencies, and the dangers faced by public figures who crossed certain lines. The final resolution of the Audie Murphy mystery doesn't bring closure. Instead, it opens a Pandora's box of troubling questions about trust, power, and betrayal. What was once thought to be a straightforward accident now serves as a grim reminder that even heroes can become victims of darkness far beyond the battlefield. The full story of Audie Murphy's death may never be completely known, but this unsettling truth now casts a long, dark shadow over his heroic legacy, and it most certainly isn't good. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button if you felt something real, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories.